I saw something last night on the Apple phone, an hour and a half video somebody put together called Final Warning Obama and the Pope. And it was amazing what I saw. Obama and the Pope are on the same page. They believe in global warming, they believe in evolution, they believe in one world government, one bank, one currency. They believe all this together. Obama went to see the Pope a couple of months ago, and they talked about this secretly in a room. And he invited the Pope to come to America. The Pope said that atheists can make it to heaven without Jesus, and Jesus was just a man, not spirit. And the Pope said that the Pope said, give me some time. Anyways, this is what Obama believes. Obama went to Germany a long time ago, I think in 2009 or 2010, and he spoke at a place where Adolf Hitler used to speak at this place. It's a big, big place with a lot of room where thousands and thousands of people, spectators, could watch. And he made a speech. And in the speech, people was fainting, listening. It sounds like it was powered by bad spirits. The same bad spirit, the Prince of Persia, is a bad spirit that hangs over Europe, that dealt with Hitler and caused the people to hate Jewish people. And Obama has the same bad spirit. He's not a Christian. He was speaking to a reporter, I forget his name, Snapalopoulos, and Obama said in his answer, I keep my faith Muslim. And Napolopoulos said, you mean you keep your faith as a Christian? Yeah, that's what I meant. And he says in other places on the computer that he is a Muslim. His father was a Muslim, his grandfather was a Muslim. So I think he makes believe that he's a Christian. Now, long time ago I said, I don't think he's the Antichrist. But what I seen last night on that video, it looks pretty good. Hitler used to raise his right hand to the sky. And the people, the soldiers, you've seen the movies, you've seen it on TV, they raise their hand and they salute each other and say, Hi Hitler. That means they're worshiping and giving praises to Hitler. When they raise their right hand and say, Hi Hitler, they're worshiping Hitler. They showed some videos where Obama raises his right hand to the sky, not worshiping, not praying, but making his speeches. Wherever he is, raises his right hand. Why does he do that? They show the comparison between Hitler and Obama. Hitler hated Israel, hated Jewish people. Obama secretly hates Israel and does not want to help them. He's making a deal with Iran to give them $100 or $150 billion that they will use not to help their people in Iran, but to give money and supplies and weapons to the terrorists, whatever you call them. They will get weapons to use against America and Israel, so it all fits in. Why is he doing that? Nobody could be that stupid to give $150 billion to a terrorist group. So it's Satan that's making him do that. He don't have Holy Spirit in him. He has the spirit of the Antichrist in him. And that's what he's doing. The Pope is coming to America. He has no problem with same-sex marriage. He's changing all his rules. He's saying that atheists could make it into heaven without Christ. He's going to bring all the religion, all the phony religion together as one. This is what's going to happen after the rapture, and it's starting. We're living in the end times. This is why we have to preach Christ crucified. We're saved by grace, not law, not works. We're not going to be here. We're going to be raptured before all the ugly stuff happens. What happened to Hitler? He lost the war, committed suicide. Stalin died. So all these dictators who want to take over the world did not succeed. Obama and the Pope or the next president will not succeed. Obama always says, if I could run for a third term, I could win. He said this at a speech at some kind of a dinner that they had, and he mentioned it 2-3 times. If I was to run for a third term, I would win. Now he changes the law. He has a pen and a phone, and he changes the law. He changes the Constitution, the Bill of Rights. He changes it. The Democrats go along with it, and the Republicans can't stop him. So he could change the law. Something's going to happen before 2016. Something's going to happen, and he's going to find out how he could change the law so he could stay as president third term. He has to finish what he started. Something's going to happen. I don't know what. But Obama might win again a third term. They don't have any good Democrats to run. So something's going to happen with these Democrats. They're the crooked politicians. And they will figure out a way and change the law so Obama could win one more time. It's good news and bad news. The bad news is financial difficulties for everyone. The good news is Jesus is coming soon, and Obama is going to lead the United States in one world government, one world religion, one currency, one bank for the whole world. And this is where we're heading. We have to preach Christ crucified over and over again. We cannot be bored with preaching the cross. For the preaching of the cross to them who perish is foolishness, but unto us who are being saved it is the power of God. 1 Corinthians 1:18. It is foolishness to those who don't understand it, don't hear it in church. They don't agree with it because they're brainwashed. They don't hear what's going on. And so the cross has to be preached over and over again. In Matthew 28:18, Jesus said, preach the gospel. He did not say, explain the Old Testament to the people. They don't understand it. You have to forget about the gospel, forget about me and the cross. Teach them the Old Testament. Now, there's nothing wrong with the Old Testament. I'm a student of the Old Testament. There's lots of blessing in it. But if you preach only the Old Testament, somebody new comes to church and they don't know what you're talking about. There's no salvation. It doesn't mention Jesus Christ in the Old Testament. It's deep. You have to be born again Christian that understands the New Testament to understand the Old Testament. The pastors are missing it. It's what Jesus did on the cross, the Gospels, Matthew, Luke, Mark, and John. Paul wrote 14 books. One guy told me at a Bible study, Joey, how long are we going to preach John 3:16? What I should have told him is, that all you know, Paula, is John 3:16? Paul wrote 14 books about the cross, the new covenant of grace. And you don't see that? I didn't tell him because they ganged up on me at the Bible study outside. 5-6 guys are shouting and discouraged me. So I just didn't say a word. And then later on I told him, you're mad at me because I raised my hand and I said, you got to preach the cross, you got to preach what Jesus did, and that's why you're upset? They told me not to come back to the Bible study. They never called me, and this is what's going on with the churches. They keep talking about intellectual Old Testament stories to amaze us. It does not amaze us. It's Jesus that amazes us.